Hi guys, it's Alex here with a short video about this WSO that I'm recommending to you. This is about list building, and I haven't really promoted much about list building. It's been on my agenda for quite a while, and I've never really found anything that I thought was worth promoting. But today I have, and luckily I nearly didn't promote this, and I'll explain why in a minute. This is, for example, it shows you how this guy, a Brit, Anthony Tilley, got up to $300 per day without affiliate marketing or WSOs in a relatively short space of time. I think just several months. Requires as little as 2 hours per day. Well, take that with a slight pinch of salt. Nevertheless, what it's about is selling solo ads, building lists and selling solo ads. Now, once you've got your list, you don't have to just sell solo ads, but it is one way of monetizing the list, and you can have many other ways as well. But the point is that having a list is, as you know, central to an internet marketing business. So many people are stuck, are not making much money because they have no list or a very small list. And they don't know really what to do about it. They're sort of trying to do all sorts of other things instead of focusing on the one critical thing, which is building up that list. Once you've got the list, you can start making money from it, and that will give you the option to do many other activities. Now, selling solo ads and in fact list swaps, I don't know, or ad swaps. Personally, I never felt comfortable doing that, and several months ago I bought another product and I investigated it, and it really was to do with list swaps, ad swaps, and mailing to your list multiple times a day, and I just got put off by the whole thing. I didn't like that idea, so I didn't pursue it. But it was based on ad swaps and selling solo ads. Then recently I came across a guy, I had a chat with him. He had some relationship with him in the past, and for the last 5 weeks he had been doing exactly this. He'd been working on doing solo ads and list swaps, and had gone from 0 to $100 a day in 5 weeks, and he said that was actually too slow. I mean, if he'd done it right, he could have done it in 4 weeks or less. I think he's got a product coming out explaining exactly how he did that. So I thought, well, that's actually quite interesting. And then suddenly the other day I saw this WSO on the same topic, and I thought, well, it's time I really took another look at this, and maybe I've been too prejudiced and too narrow-minded about the whole idea. So I bought it. It costs $20. Lots of all the good testimonials, as you'd expect. It costs $20. So it's not very expensive. There is no one-time offer, which sort of surprised me, and I understand now why that's the case, and I'll explain why in a minute. So I bought it and landed on this page. This is the initial thank you page, and there is a mind map where you can download the mind map, but it's an hour-and-a-half webinar discussion between two guys about the whole thing. And initially I thought, well, what is this? Just for 1 hour-and-a-half webinar, I paid $20. I mean, actually, it's not very expensive, but as far as what you expect these days from WSOs, it didn't seem right. And then once you've watched the webinar, the video, click to continue. Well, I did that, and it took me to a form that is really an application to join their mentoring program, and then I understood what their WSO seemed to be about. It seemed to be about getting people to pay $20 to watch an hour-and-a-half video and then sign up to a mentoring program. I didn't even have a price. You've got to apply and so on. I mean, it could well be very good. These guys obviously know what they're doing, and it may well be worth paying whatever it is they're going to ask for. I don't know. Lots of testimonials about how good they are. And I nearly left it at that, and I nearly ignored the whole thing and just went on with my main business. But I looked a bit further and clicked on this link, Instant List Building Formula, and actually found the main download page of the rest of their content. And actually there's quite a lot of it. Again, it's not as well organized as I would like it to be. It's a bit sort of messy, but there's a lot of stuff to download, and I downloaded it and I looked through it. And here is why I am now recommending this, because when I go through a product, because I know in several weeks' time or several months' time, I'm going to go back and say, what was this? What did I think of it? And I'll have forgotten by then. I make some annotations. Sometimes I make notes. In fact, I made some notes in Evernote as well as with this. But right here in my download page with the files, I actually annotated what I thought of each item of content. And actually, the damn thing is pretty good. There's they provide you with a whole bunch of squeeze pages, which, well, I looked at them and I thought, well, they don't seem all that wonderful. But on the other hand, these are the ones that they've tested. Shouldn't base it on my judgment, but on judgment of what works. So I assume these squeeze pages are what actually works, and therefore we should use them. There are web authoring tools, so if you don't even have a way of editing HTML pages, they give you some free downloads and also some guidance on how to use them for editing HTML pages. A video course which actually is pretty good. There's 8 videos. It includes that's really the real interesting stuff starts here about editing and uploading your website. You will need to learn about squeeze pages and what makes good squeeze pages, so there is some learning and testing to do. They give a little bit of background on that, but there is more to learn. Talks about ad swaps, talks about boosting conversions. Boosting conversions is really quite interesting. That is a little demonstration of how to use Google Website Optimizer for doing split testing. So if you don't know how to use it, you've got a little video there. It's actually quite straightforward. I was surprised how easy it was. I think I'd looked at it some while ago, but I haven't used it for a long time, and it isn't that difficult, and the little video explains. So then they talk about solo ads, ad swaps, and a neat little trick in Aweber for getting more clicks from each mailing. That's actually quite useful. I knew about it before, but it is quite a useful little trick. So that whole course is pretty good. But in addition to that, there's a bunch of downloads. Where am I? Go back. A bunch of PDFs, which I rated as very good. Crossing the free line, good, very good content. Deep trust, how to get trust in your list. Very good content there. Instant traffic solutions, all about solos and ad swaps. Good. Video squeeze page domination, quite good. Well, actually, I mean, more than quite good. That actually was good. It's just that perhaps I knew quite a lot about it beforehand, so I was judging it a bit harshly. If you don't know that much, then you may well categorize it as good. So all in all, I think this is a pretty good WSO. It's directly related to list building and how to build a list quite quickly. You may or may not like the idea of ad swaps and solo ads, but the damn thing works. There's no question about that. You might want to put those prejudices aside. Also, in going through this system, you're going to be learning, not just in theory but in practice, the real basics of internet marketing. Squeeze pages are central. Getting conversions for squeeze pages. You're going to have to test. There's no good putting it up and hoping for the best. You put it up and you test and you tweak and you do the A/B testing. These are all real basic internet marketing skills that you really have to acquire and get good at, and you'll be making money. So I would put this in the category of possibly you might make it into your long-term business model, but even if you don't, I would think it's a very good model to use during your learning stage, when you're trying to really get to grips and become proficient at the core internet marketing skills, and to create enough income to fund the building of your main internet marketing business, which can cost quite a lot of money. So you need some income coming in. This could turn into quite a significant income. This is a quit your job level income you could get from this. But even if you don't want to do it long term, it would certainly give you enough income to fund the rest of your internet marketing building, as well as giving you the core skills and building a list. So highly recommend you get this. It doesn't cost a great deal. what it costs you is the time in actually implementing it. So make sure that you are in the right mindset to follow through with this, otherwise you're going to waste $20. And get it now, because I don't know how long it's going to be available. They don't say when it's going to close down, but as always they say they don't know how long it's going to be available at that price. So go and get it, put it into action, unless you've already got a business model that you can afford to pursue and is making you money. If you're at the stage where you haven't got a business model, you haven't got enough income to fund your development of your business, this is a really good way to learn the skills and fund the rest of your internet marketing business development. Thanks for your time, folks. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.